Beach Up Sunset World.
Sushi,
Sumo, Tokushima!
この番組は地域密着型のボランティア活動を徳島で行っている国際ワークキャンプのメンバーがお届けする30分です。
This 30 minutes broadcast is hosted by volunteer members who come from abroad to help the community of Tokushima.
Good evening, everyone. I'm the host for this evening. I'm Rina from Japan. This radio program, Sushi, Sumo, Tokushima, is live on FM Bizan. This 30 minutes broadcast is operated by a non-profit organization, Bizan Daigaku. Bizan Daigaku has been trying to make Tokushima a more attractive place with volunteers who are from Tokushima and outside Tokushima, including people from many different countries. Popular images of Japan, sushi and sumo? Yes, but we would like people around the world to know not only those images, but more things about Japan. We share the news from Japan and information about Tokushima, a place that welcomes foreigners from all over the world. We will also invite guests from overseas online to share the latest news with you. No one knows who will be talking or what kind of topics we will bring up. Don't miss it.
Sushi,
Sumo, Tokushima!
Hello, listeners. Let me introduce tonight's guest, and his name is Jacobo from Mexico. Hi, Jacobo.
Hola, hola a todos. Hi, everyone.
So let me introduce him a little bit. So Jacobo was in Tokushima for 6 months, 2 years ago in 2019.
Yes.
And he has been helping the NPO as a volunteer at that time. And he actually had hosted this show when he was here, right?
That's right.
And also, I have to say this, Jacobo won the first prize at the Japanese speech contest here in Tokushima.
That's right.
Okay. Can you introduce yourself to the listeners, Jacobo?
Yeah. Hi. Yeah. Well, as Rina says before, I was doing volunteering in Tokushima 2 years ago, from March to September of 2019. And yeah, I could have a great experience there. I could meet so much fun people. I could do so many things. And actually, Tokushima is still in my heart.
Oh, that sounds so nice.
Yeah. Actually, every time I think about Japan, the first time it comes to my mind, it's Tokushima. And of course, Tokushima's people.
Yes. I'm sure people in Tokushima miss you too.
I hope so. I mean, I still have tried to keep in touch with some people, but of course, first the time difference, it's kind of complicated to keep in touch. I mean, keep in touch in a way to, have a long conversation.
Yeah.
Of course, the greetings, the aisatsu, it's normal, but that's because the time difference is kind of complicated. But even so, I still try to keep in touch with the friends I could do or people I could meet there.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
And now you're in Mexico, and which city?
Yeah. I'm in Mexico right now. Well, my the city where I born, the name is Guadalajara. But like since almost a year ago, I moved to Aguascalientes. And actually, if that name sounds to some people, it's because that city is the same city as Gabi-chan.
Yeah. Gabi-chan was the guest of this show a little bit before, and she have the Japanese restaurant.
Yeah.
Paku Paku.
Paku Paku. Yeah.
Yeah. So, have you visited her restaurant?
Yeah, a lot of times. I mean,
Many times, every
yeah,
day.
not every day, but
Yeah.
almost every week. I
Yeah.
mean, lately because I've been busy a little bit,
Mhm.
and because Gabi-chan also has been a little bit busy,
Mm.
I couldn't be in there. But at the beginning, at the beginning where I moved here to Aguascalientes,
Mhm.
I try to go there every week,
Mm.
especially the weekends, to
Mhm.
just to give a hand to her
Yeah,
because
helping her.
yeah,
Nice.
exactly. Because she started with the restaurant like last year around June, if I don't
Mhm.
remember. And I came here in August.
Mm.
No, in September, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, so she was still, I mean, she already had the restaurant, but still not employees.
Mhm.
So I tried to go there every week to help
Mm.
her. But right
Nice.
now, I mean, of course, I still want to help her,
Mhm.
but I think right now she's more solid.
Mhm.
That's a good thing, actually. I
Yeah.
mean, solid in a way of customers
Mhm.
and employees.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So the
right now
restaurant is
she's such a
successful.
busy boss.
Mm.
Mm.
So, what did you try at her restaurant?
Almost all the menu.
Really?
Yeah,
Okonomiyaki, yakisoba.
okonomiyaki, Osaka style to Hiroshima style.
Mhm.
Takoyaki, yakisoba. Lately she started to make ramen.
Ramen.
Yeah, so I
Mm.
tried it and it's pretty good. Actually,
Mhm.
friends of mine and actually work partners
Mhm.
already have been there and they told me that the ramen is actually very good.
Yeah. You mean
Yeah,
Japanese people?
Japanese people and
Ah.
Mexican people, indeed.
Okay. Okay. Mm.
Yeah,
Wow. I really want to go to her restaurant.
I mean every people who are listening this radio show
Mhm.
should come once at least to her restaurant.
Yeah. Let's go maybe together. Like we can make a tour from Tokushima.
Yeah, you like 15 people. You can go. You can come to Mexico.
Yeah, she should make the restaurant bigger, right? She need
Yeah,
more space.
yeah. Or the other option is to take like a ticket.
Mhm.
Yeah, by turn.
Mhm.
We can do it that way. But yeah, definitely you should come.
Yeah. So, are there many Japanese people in Aguascalientes?
Yeah, actually, Mexico as a country,
Mm.
Aguascalientes is one of the biggest, not biggest, but most uh, popular places
Mhm.
for Japanese people.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, between many popular places for Japanese people is Aguascalientes,
Mhm.
Guanajuato,
Mhm.
León,
There.
and so many cities.
Mm.
Because in those cities there are so many Japanese companies
Oh.
established there. So
Mm.
of course the Japanese people living in those cities is kind of big.
Mm.
And Aguascalientes actually, yeah, there are so many Japanese people, and of course there are so many Japanese restaurants.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's pretty cool because even if you go to a normal restaurant,
Mhm.
like a steak restaurant, beef restaurant, usually they have the menu in both language, Spanish and Japanese.
Oh, okay. Mm.
Yeah, those cities usually try to accopulate or used to, what's the word? Like, to be good with both nationalities.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, do you have many chances to talk with Japanese people?
Yeah, almost every day.
Right?
Yeah, because I don't know if you know it,
Mm.
but right now I'm working as a translator in a
Okay,
Japanese
of course.
company. Yeah, so every day I have to talk in
That's
Japanese.
true. Mm.
Yeah. Mm.
So, how's your Japanese?
You mean like level?
I mean, since you talk with Japanese people every day
Mm.
because of your job,
Mm.
and I think you told me that you have the list of the
Oh,
words
yeah.
in Japanese. And
Yeah, actually, well, it's a funny story. when I came back from Japan in like almost 2 years ago, I started working as a translator. My first job as a translator was in a Japanese company in another city. That city is called Celaya. Actually, it's famous for Japanese people and Japanese company. And that was my first translator job. And I worked there like around 6 months, around 5-6 months. And at that time, I started to doing like a personal technical words glossary, where I started to, writing all the complicated words or all the technical words that normally I have to use every day, the daily use for those words. For example, because the 2 years ago, where the company where I was working and my current company are about automotive companies. So we have to use so many engineering words or manufacturing words.
Yeah, technical words.
Yeah, even in Spanish, I don't know so many words, so I had to study. Yeah, and about the glossary, actually today I could complete 1,000. Yeah.
1,000. Congratulations.
Yeah, ありがとうございます.
Wow.
Yeah, so many difficult words.
Yeah, that's actually wonderful.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, of course, it's not like I have already all that 1,000 words in my mind. Like it's not like I can use them like whenever I want. But like, for example, when I listen a word that I don't know, I have to write it, and of course, I have to put it in my personal database.
Yeah, I think it's a big achievement.
Thank you.
So now we would like to play one song. We will be right back after a short break. Sushi,
Sumo,
Tokushima! We're back with Hakobo.
Hi again.
So, you talked about the kanjis or the Japanese words you have on your list, like 1,000 already.
Yes. Yeah, more like kanjis. It's more like technical words.
Technical words.
Yeah. For example, I mean, even in Spanish, I don't know most of those words, but sometimes I have to use, for example, a complicated word. It's like
what is the difficult one?
I have so many. The first one that I have on mind is kanetsu shiki kashitsuki.
Kanetsu shiki kashitsuki. Okay.
Yeah, if we can divide it, it's kanetsu and kashitsuki.
Yeah.
Basically, in English, I think the most accurate translation is like a humidifier by heat, and yeah, that word I learned it because right now we are having a project where we have to like install a humidifier in one of the productions lines. So I have to really memorize that word because the Japanese stuff use it every day, like kanetsu shiki kashitsuki ka kanetsu shiki kashitsuki toいうこと. So I have to know. The other not complicated word, but like ちょっとだけ complicated was 温度調節機.
温度調節機.
Yeah, basically it's like a machine where you can regulate or adjust the temperature of a machine or something. Yeah, so the complete word is 温度調節機, but you can use it like 温調機 in a
okay, the abbreviated version.
Exactly, yeah. So that kind of words I have to learn and I have to use it every day. So I think that was the main reason that I started to do the technical words glossary.
Yeah.
To have it always like, if I don't remember some word, I can use it quickly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. And already your Japanese is pretty good, but you're working as a translator at the Japanese company in Mexico.
Exactly.
And
exactly. It's as I said before, it's an automotive Japanese company, And yeah, basically my duties is like translate from Japanese to Spanish and Spanish to Japanese.
Japanese.
Yeah.
So as a translator, when do you feel it's difficult? Like what is difficult about being a
Being a
translator?
translator. I think every moment, but and a specific
Every
and a
moment.
specific yeah, and a specific moment I think it's when we have like meetings, but when that kind of meetings where everybody is like participating. So you have your main role there as a translator is like to hear first, of course, the opinion of the things that the other person has to say, and then first you have to understand it in your own language.
Yes.
Then you have to put it in your head, and you have to translate it into Japanese.
Yes, a lot of
And then,
process.
exactly, and then you have to translate it to the Japanese staff, the Japanese person, and of course you have to use it with the proper Japanese words, ne, or the proper grammar way. Yeah, so all that process you have to do it in seconds, because of course as a translator you cannot waste time for the other
Right.
people. So you have to do it as quickly as possible. So yeah, so many things have passed through your mind in that moment.
Yeah.
I think that,
that's true.
and plus that, and of course sometimes you get nervous when you are in front of so many people, or in the middle, because it's not the same like you participating in a meeting only like hearing, or just to say like, oh yeah, I accept to you, but the translator role, it's like being in the middle of both sides. So all the eyes or all the ears will be like pointing into you
and waiting for you.
and waiting for you. Yeah, exactly.
Depends on you.
Exactly. So I think that's one of the most difficult things of being a translator.
And also in Japanese, we have Keigo, right?
Yeah, the famous Keigo. Yeah. I mean, of course, it's a really good manner, the Keigo, and actually gives you some points if you use Keigo. But I mean, if I can be honest, being a gaikokujin, it's kind of a benefit for me, because the Japanese stuff is not like expecting 100% for me to use the Keigo.
Yeah, maybe.
But naturally, of course, I use it sometimes. Of course, especially when I'm talking with the president of the company, or with a Japanese with a high role in the company. I mean, it's not like I use Keigo 100%, but sometimes I use it, and I try to use it as much as possible.
So you're learning every day, actually.
Yeah, basically I watch. Well, my perspective of being a translator is the most clear example of Kaizen. Yeah, right. Like in English, Kaizen is like the continuous improvement.
Yes.
Yeah. So being a translator, every day you learn something new. Every day you improve your skill. Like for example, as I said before, talking in front of people, you improve it every day. Your grammar skills, you improve it. Your technicism, vocabulary, you can improve it. So for me, being a translator is the perfect example for Kaizen.
Yeah. Good luck with it, and I'm sure you can do well, right?
I hope so.
Okay, Hakobo. So, last question that I want to ask you is, when are you coming back to Japan or Tokushima?
Hard question.
Yeah. Do you have any plans for now?
Well, of course I have plans. I mean, Kanarasu, I want to come back to Japan. I mean, it's something I really want to do. It's something I really gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
The main problem, of course, everybody knows it. It's the current situation with the virus, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the good thing is this year, the perspective of the virus situation is, I think, getting a little bit better.
Yeah, little by little, I think.
Comparing it with the last year.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, that the last year where we couldn't see any little light as
True.
as a hope. But this year, I mean, with the vaccine campaign and all the countermeasures that people could do, I think this year we can see like a normal sized light
Right.
of hope. So next year I have the hope that gets more better, and so of course my plans of coming back to Japan are still on it, and when, I don't know, of course.
There
are so many facts there are so many facts or things that affect right now, like traveling overseas. But once that it get better, of course that will be my main goal.
Be ready, people in Tokushima. Hakobo is coming back next year if the situation right.
Everybody prepares.
Prepare. Wait for him. Okay, so thank you, Hakobo, for
thank you for the invitation. I really appreciate it. It was really funny.
I'm happy to hear that. So, all right. It seems we have almost reached the end of the program. We are waiting for messages from you with feedback or request.
Adiós a todos. Muchas gracias.
Sushi.
Sumo. Tokushima!
This radio program, Sushi, Sumo, Tokushima, is being recorded here on Bizan FM in Tokushima. This program is operated by non-profit organization Bizan Daikaku. We are open to and accepting any forms of support or contributions you have to offer within the local community of Tokushima. Please do not hesitate to contact us if you wish to get involved by emailing radio@bizan-daigaku.net. We are accepting requests and messages via email. Please send emails to request@bfm.jp, request@bfm.jp, including the title of the show, Sushi, Sumo, Tokushima, in your messages. You can listen to this channel, FM Bizan, on the internet with your PC, smartphones, and tablets. If you are accessing with your PC, go to the website www.bfm.jp and you will find a banner written Listen Radio on the right side of the page. If you are accessing with your smartphone or tablet, download the application Listen Radio, then select BFM 791 FM Bizan with the area Chugoku Shikoku. If you are listening to this radio in the area where has a weak radio wave, don't worry. You can listen to programs with clear sound through this internet radio system. No one knows who will be talking or what kind of topics we will bring up next Thursday. Don't miss it. See you next Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Bye bye.